How's it going, everyone? The RC Syndicate here, back with another video, and today we're going to be going over my Class 3 here at our practice comp course. So if you guys remember this particular rig, we took this out at the Texas Crawl Fest and ran that course, or ran those courses over there. Didn't even place. Horrible showing. But I have this rig back out again because I really want to learn it, because I know I'm leaving a lot on the table in regards to setup, and actually my driving is completely horrible with this thing. But I'm trying. I need to learn it. I need to get better, and that's what I'm practicing here. Now, one thing I really needed to learn on here, as opposed to like the other rigs that are pretty familiar, is the overall width of these capra axles. These capra axles are wide, which is great for side hilling and that stability, but they are wide when it comes to gates. And with that turning radius and everything, I just needed to learn what the rig was going to do. On these smaller, axial Tin 2 rigs, I can more or less predict, hey, Class 2, how you doing? I can more or less predict what those rigs were going to do, because they're all basically the same. This is the only one that I have is like completely different from all the others. And again, I'm just trying to learn it better. I feel like if I would have had way more seat time in this rig, I could have done better. Making no excuses. Shit, it is what it is. But I feel like I could have put on a way better showing, at least for myself. Now, one thing you can see here as I'm about to start going up through gate number 5, I preached in other videos, is drive time. Of course, just getting familiar with your rig. But guys, if you're looking at these tires, them tires are still brand spanking new. Now, contrary to popular belief, in my opinion at least, yeah, when you get them out of the package, they're super sticky and super tacky. But as soon as it hits that dirt, all that's out the window. What you want to look for is having them tires to be really scrubbed in real well. You don't want them tread to be able to conform to the tires and not be so stiff, even with your sidewall. These do have Proline foams in them, so naturally I would see a little bit more stiffness in your tire. But I felt like if the tires were burned in or scrubbed in a little bit better, I could have had that sidewall control of the foams, but still have that nice soft grip action if I would have simply had more drive time on these tires and they just weren't scrubbed in. And you can see here, that's very evident that some front wheels are just not scrubbed in whatsoever. This particular rig is a front weight biased rig, so I should have had no problem, but I'm letting it run as it sits because I want you guys to see the problems that I'm having. And these are a lot of the problems that I had at Crawlfest, but shoot, those are just those things that you learn as you go. So there, I took a reverse, and you can see here I'm slowly trying to make my way up that rig, or up that hill. Bounce, but when I took that bounce, it threw me off a whole complete line here. And that's something I continue to learn as I was running this rig, not having them tires scrubbed in well, is that it was kind of path of least resistance. So the front grabbed, it was going to kick the rear out. If the rear grabbed, it was going to kick the front out, basically wherever that servo was turned, but out of control, not any kind of control turn. So, hey man, those are just one of those things that you just learn as as you're building this rig. But again, here's another example, just not having the ability to be able to just climb normal obstacles, and that could have been it. The way it should have worked is I should have came up that top ledge, but here I'm going like a complete different way for it. And again, sure, I'm able to make this climb, but for a Class 2 or Class 1 even, a way less capable rig on paper, so to speak, the Class 2 and Class 1 can do it just fine, but this one just had hell the entire time. You can see there again, I came down, bounced, and it threw me off a whole different line. Now I have to fight my way back. Again, just one of those things, and finally making my way through gate 10. Well, if I can sum up this video, I'm going to call it How to Drive Like Ass with the RC Syndicate. Guys, all jokes aside, this is a practice run to get this comp rig out here. If it was a trail run, hey, it would have been no big deal. I would have learned other characteristics I'm looking for. This right here was strictly for the comp side of it. Guys, if this is your first time on this channel, I appreciate a like on this video. If you're a returning subscriber, I continue to appreciate the support. And guys, I'll see you on the next one.